Shut up, lizard boy. Alright, you just made it through the final gauntlet. Now you want to perfect it. Now before you do anything, you're going to want to practice killing Sisyphus, because you don't want something like this happening. Ow. I recommend practicing until you kill him 3 times in a row to be consistent. I know that might seem like overkill, but trust me, the practice is most definitely worth it. Alright, with that out of the way, we move on to the actual level. To master this level, you must master each room individually. So this tutorial will go through each room sequentially and then try to tackle Sisyphus. The first room might seem very threatening, but you can easily kill them with a few well-timed overpumps. If you're not new to this tech, you can skip to whatever, fuck you. When the green shotgun variant reaches its maximum power, it will explode, causing massive damage. If you dash right before you shoot, you can avoid the damage and leave the enemies behind you to explode. Chaining this consistently while dodging the Cerberus should kill all of them in optimally 3 hits. To start, enter the room and immediately perform an overpump right before they attack, both dodging their attacks and damaging them in the process. After a few tries, it will become easy to keep dodging them. Try to get as close to the center of them as possible and hit them again. And then once more. When the ferryman spawns, there should be either 1, 2, or no Cerberus left. Throwing a coin and then immediately hitting the coin with the rail cannon should either kill the last Cerberus or deal damage to the ferryman. Then creating a saw trap with the blue saw variant will deal insane damage to both the Cerberus and the ferryman and should kill both. If you don't have the saw yet, go to 4-4, grab the skull through this door and electrocute the water with the rail cannon. Then backtracking a room, it opens a door which leads to the saw launcher. Optionally, throwing coins and hitting them could yield even more damage to go a bit faster. Remember, practice makes perfect. You can shotgun swap to kill the virtues and get some blood off them to heal if you took damage. Do not whiplash them or you will get hard damage, which is harder to recover. Now if you know what shotgun swapping is, skip to here, but if you don't, then use this. Shotgun swapping is the act of switching between variants immediately after your fire to make it go really fast. The way you perform this is by pressing E, or your variant swap button, at basically the same time you shoot, then fire again and repeating. This is one of the quickest and most useful ways of dealing damage in the game right now. This part can be completed in many different ways. The way I like to do it is by creating a core eject nuke. This can be done by shooting the core eject with the red rail cannon. It will create a massive explosion, dealing lots of damage. Shooting it between the swords machine and the sentry either on the left or right is optimal to hurt all of the enemies in the radius. Then whiplash and go down on the swords machine with the green nailgun variant until it's visibly hurt, then kill it with shotgun swapping. Kill both sentries with shotgun swapping as well if you have time. If the sentry ends up shooting you, simply punch it and parry it, then kill the last few schisms. The next room can be done many ways as well, but the way I prefer it could be a bit controversial. I take the green rail cannon variant to get blood off the Cerberus, then create another saw trap to kill the street cleaners. This usually works well. This next room, I hate this next room. I don't have much of a strategy for this room, so what I end up doing is attempting to kill the 2 swords machines before I go after the sentry. If I manage to miraculously kill the swords machines and the sentry, the 2 Maurices and virtuals will spawn. I usually like to go after 1 Maurice and then kill both virtues before I kill the last Maurice. Whiplashing to get up to them and shotgun swapping usually works. After you kill the final Maurice, the idols protecting the mind flares will be accessible. Punching one will knock you back, giving you time to recover some hard damage before hitting the next one. The way you kill the mind flares is up to you, but I usually like to railgun off a coin or shotgun swap them. Any way of dealing a lot of damage is beneficial for their massive amount of health. When you kill them, grab the skull and move on. Now if you want this room to be as easy as possible, then wall jump up these walls to give yourself enough time to wall slide over the pit. Hovering over this pit will instantly kill one of the insurrectionists. Jump over to the actual arena and kill the other insurrectionist. The way you kill this is also up to you, but I would advise using the SRS cannon to shoot a cannibal at it, which will knock it down, leaving it vulnerable to receive a lot of damage. Sorry if I'm going too fast, there's a lot to cover. Once you kill the insurrectionist, put the skull on the pedestal and wait for the rail cannon to charge back up if it's not full already. Dash over to the platform and try to align the rail cannon shot to go through the virtue and deal damage to the Maurice as well. Then try to kill both the Maurices with the overheat nail gun. Finally kill the virtue with parrying the shotgun's projectile, which is done by punching as you shoot the gun. Damage the sentry to get some health back if you lost it. In the next room, charge the SRS cannon, shoot it at one of the Cerberus, try to whiplash it and send it back. This should kill it, but if you can't quite finesse it, then just shoot it with a revolver or find another way to kill it. Practice these techniques in Sandbox to master them if you haven't already. Whiplash over the Maurice and kill it. When it dies, it creates a shockwave at the ground, launching the sentries into the ceiling, killing them. You can easily kill the Cerberus by shotgun swapping or using the rail cannon if you haven't already. Alright, you'll want to pay attention here. Go over to this spot and set up a rail coin. A rail coin is when you throw a coin in the air and one behind the enemy so that the railgun's beam goes through the enemy a bunch of times. This video won't explain it very well, but there are many other videos that are better explaining it. I recommend Herb's video on coin mechanics for this. A swords machine will spawn and you should try to rail coin it. Damage it enough until it gets on its knees and set up a saw trap. This will damage the sword machine and nearby enemies that walk into it. Next, try to kill off the strays in the sword machine until your rail cannon charges back up. Then hit it off a coin to damage the ferryman. Finish off the ferryman and whiplash to one of the sentries. Then shotgun swap it until it dies. If you dash at the correct time, you can dodge the sentry's beams. You can also shoot the sentry's antenna to disrupt its shot. This room is very difficult, so I recommend practicing it until you're confident you can do it in a run. In the next phase, you need to whiplash up to the virtues in order to hit them with the rail cannon. Try to get 2 of them in a row so you don't have to kill as many. Whiplash to the last one and kill it with a nail gun or shotgun swapping. If there's still one more left, kill that one as well. Parry your shotgun into the Cerberus until they all die. Keep your distance while doing this, and optionally use the SRS cannon to try to kill one. Once they're all dead, break the idol protecting the hideous mass if you haven't already, and keep parrying the shotgun into its tail. When your rail cannon recharges, use that instead to deal a big amount of damage. After its death, break the final idol and use a coin to kill the last stalker. By this time, you should have roughly 33,000 style points, which you can easily make up in the final room. As soon as you get into the arena, you'll want to go to this corner and aim at this door above. You need to shoot with the piercer to kill one of the summons as soon as they spawn. You can kill the eyes if you want, but all you really need to do for the rest of the fight is slide jump. If you press the slide key right before jumping after touching the ground, you will perform a slide jump which gains momentum. With this you can easily dodge all of the Panopticon's attacks. As soon as Sisyphus spawns, whiplash up to the Panopticon and stand on its head. When it dies, you will regain all lost health. Set up a saw trap and a rail coin, and then start the fight. Hit him with the rail coin, then pull out your shotgun. You'll be using your shotgun swapping to deal the majority of the damage. If you feel confident, use the marksman to hit a few cheeky coins. By the start of the fight, he should have lost half of his first health bar from the setup. Dash away and start mashing the slide key to go around him. This is a very good way to dodge his attacks. Sisyphus has a few different attacks. He yells the attack out loud before performing it.
Be gone.
To avoid this, simply dash to the left or right.
You can't escape.
Slide in a circle around him to dodge this attack. Right before he kicks, parry him.
Destroy.
He will throw a ball of stars or something that predicts your movement. Bait it, and then run away to avoid it.
This will hurt.
He will prepare to release a massive explosion. Go up to him and parry it as soon as you hear the...
Nice try.
This is a free attack, as he does nothing but taunt.
Yes, that's it.
This is what he says when he reaches half health and goes into his second phase. In his second phase, his attacks become faster, so you'll have to master them. Now with all this knowledge, you can P rank P2.